Hey everybody, Wicked Witchy here again. So I thought I would go over the hero cards and recycling fragments and going into the Noah shop and yeah, so just kind of covering heroes. Hold on a second. I'm just trying to finish up my dailies here. So yeah, we're going to talk a little bit about heroes. I know that it can be kind of confusing, and I know that when I first started, I wanted to recycle all my 2-star frags. So that was not good because heroes give troop boosts and economic boosts. Usually the economic boosts are passive, which means that if you own the hero, then you get the boost. So we'll bring up our heroes, and I'm going to show you the ones that I have and ones I'm working on. I've got a ton of 5 stars, 4 stars, 3 stars. And so if you look and see, like for instance, I'm going to pull up, let's pull up Zavis. Because Zavis is one that you will get at the beginning of the game. Any 2 stars and 3 stars are usually going to show up more than your 4 or 5 stars. And so if we look at Zavis, I have him at a +5 up in the upper left-hand corner. It tells you it's a +5. It starts out, of course, at 0. And so for a 3-star, in order to unlock all of their troop skills, so we're going to click on troop skills right here. So in order to unlock all of those, you only have to take this particular hero to level 31. So my 2 stars, I only brought them up to level 31. I don't use them like in my marches, or I don't use them for lairs. You will at first. So, putting 5 stars up or doing a +5 on them is important at the beginning of the game, especially if you're free to play, because you want to unlock all of those skills. So Zavis, if you look at him, so he is, and where you enhance them is here. Mine says max, but when you click on the enhance button, it's going to show you how many fragments you have or how many you're going to need to enhance him to the next level. Again, the highest enhancement is a +5 on a 2-star. So let's look at his hero skills and his troop skills. So I'm going to click on his hero skills. So he has a brutal swing, which deals 138% damage to all his foes. And then he increases attack by 8% and defense by 8%. So that is considered an active skill. You would put him in your lineup if you wanted to get those 2 particular boosts for your troops. For your heroes, and when you're going into battle or you're going into a lair. Usually this is used when you're doing the puzzles in the challenges. So it's going to give you those things, those 2 particular things. So when you go and click on troop skills is going to show you what skills he would have if you took him and he was applied to your troops. So a lair, if you're going to attack somebody, another sanctuary, those kinds of things. So it's an active skill that is only used when, so his tactical skill, it deals 500% troop attack. So your troops get a 500% troop attack boost. That would be a really good one for like a lair. So you'd get 500% because when your troops attack the zombies, or when you're doing single zombies, it's going to give you a nice boost. So he also has his passive skills, if you look at those next, and these are his economic skills. he boosts your gas output by 10% when you get gas meals in your sanctuary. He takes down your food cost building by 100,000. So anytime you're trying, so if you're free to play, these ones are the ones you want to build up because you want to be able to bring your food costs down, your wood costs down. So when you're building something, see, it's building, not research, but building. It brings down your food cost 100,000 if you get him up to a +5, and if you get a build wood cost, so you get $100,000 break on wood cost. So both of those are going. So food and wood is an important thing in the game, of course, for building. And the more resources that you can save in the building area, the better. So that's just a 2-star Zavis. So those are his passive skill. He gives that to me just by owning him. So let's look at like a fighter troop skill. So I think Amber. So see, Amber, if you look at her troop skills, she's at a +5. She deals also a 500% troop attack bonus you get for her if you take her on a lair run or anything like that, or into the puzzles. And sorry, not in the puzzles. The puzzles, you want your hero skills, which would be, she has a focus shot, which deals 330% damage to the target. And she increases attack by 8% and defense by 8%. So not a bad little 2-star. She also boosts, if you have shooters, she's going to boost your shooter defense and your shooter attack by 10% once you unlock all those skills. Again, in order to unlock the skills, you have to get her to a 31. So you can see she's a level 31. Kento's a level 31. All my 2-stars are at 31, and I usually don't take up any higher because at the beginning of the game, I purchased Myers and Scarlet. So they have better troop skills. Kento, if you look at him, he has hunt march speed, increases by 10%. So this now, he comes in with research. So research, it brings it down 100,000 in food and 100,000 in wood. So if you can build up these little heroes, and he's got evens out damage taken among the caster and adjacent allies, and increases defense by 8% and rage regeneration rate by 5%. So it increases those things for your other heroes. So the rage regeneration rate is increased by 5%. So those are some of the 2-stars. I have all my 3 stars. Pretty much, I think I have just Dot Gray. I have not evolved him yet. He is at max, so I've unlocked all his skills here as far as his percentage-wise. He also has a 500% troop attack. He is, when you go out and gather steel, he gives you a 30% boost in speed in collecting that steel. And then you have your rider defense. And then again, I have not unlocked his rider attack. He's not one that I used for boosting a rider attack. But if you do, you have to take him to level 71. And actually, I have the books to do it. So he's my last 3-star that needs to be boosted. So, and the 3 stars, you only have to get to level 71 to unlock all the skills. So as you can see, like Marshall, his troop skills are increases gas gathering speed by 30%, increases your hunt march speed by 30%, and your hunt attack goes up. So that's a nice one. So when you go out and hunt zombies or go out to hunt lairs, you get a 30% hunt attack boost. So let's see. So let's go ahead and do that for him. So I do have the books for this. I'm going to go ahead. I have plenty of, it's just because all my stuff is leveled, pretty much I have the books to do this. I could unlock something else, but actually I think I will because I don't need his rider attack. Let's look at some of these other guys. So we've got Bard. Bard increases your wood gathering speed. They each have their own particular boost, and again, any economic boosts are passive. So if you own the hero, you get that boost. It's the hero skills and tactical skills that are active, and you have to like take them on your run with you. Let's see. So I don't I don't level them up any higher because I have a ton of 4 and 5 stars. So let's look at some of these bigger guys. So for instance, I have an entire march of 200,000 riders. And so I would look at my rider boosts are going to be very important when it comes to who I want to put in my march lineup when I'm doing lairs or if I'm attacking somebody, because I want those riders boosted. So Mars is a rider. He's got his little motorcycle. And so we'll click on Mars, and I'm trying to get Mars up. And I've unlocked all his troop skills. So he has right now at a +4, he has a 300% troop attack, and he also has, and he gives a general troop boost. So he's not just boosting my shooters, he's boosting all of my troops. So I could take him with fighters or with another one. But his troop boost right now is at 25.6. If you click on the actual skill, it will tell you what their maximum skills are. So if I get him to a +5, it would be 32%. And then when you start getting into the +6 or the 6-star, and see it says takes effect when the hero joins rally battle. So he has to be in the battle in order to get that boost. It also has, so it goes up 51. I mean, it can go up all the way to 125% if you're a 6-star +8, or 6 or red star. So that takes a whole lot of frags, and it's going to be a minute before that happens. So anyway, so that's him. Right now I'm working on Zephyr. So if you look at his troop skills, he gives your fighters an 80% boost. He's at a +5. I got him at the beginning of the game when I was winning a lot of the ace commanders and things like that early on. And so I was able to get a lot of his frags. Right now I'm trying to get the 150 frags that I need to make him a 6-star. So it says obtain, but so when you look at him, if I wanted to promote him up, that's what this one is here. I would promote, so I need him at level 310, and I need him at a +5, which is what he is at right now. I would need 2,000 books, red star books, and 500,000 in juice. And then you could see what it will change to. It'll go to 100% fighter hit points, 100% fighter defense, and 100%. And then it would continue to increase as I continued to, so he goes from 100% to a 128, 150, 250. So if you bring them up to a 6-star or a red star 6, then you can go ahead and get him all the way up to 250 if you get enough frags. So his frags will go on sale every so often now because they don't really offer him in in any of the, what do I want to say, events anymore. Right now, Obsidian is a big one in the events, and so they don't offer Zephyr, but his frags do go on sale, and you can usually get 10 for $9.99. And I will do my very best to try to get all his stuff together eventually. But I'm trying to get him to 310 right now at the moment. Also got Requiem. Requiem would be a really easy one if you need that troop skill. She also gives the general troop attack boost, troop defense boost, and troop health point boost. So you have all of those, and she's a really good 5-star red. And she, because you can get her frags in lair runs and things like that, and you can actually get her frags with the 5-star gold cards. It's very, and you can actually buy her in the Noah shop. You can buy her frags there too. So there's a lot of different ways you can get her frags. So she would be a really good one to get to a red star, because if we went to a red star on her, it's the same. She needs to get to 310 at a +5. 2,000 books, and then it would go to 40% troop attack. So it goes up the higher. So she has the potential to get up to 125% on a red star. So so she would be a 40, and then she would be 51.2, then 75, then 125. So her frag's easy to get. Let me show you where you would be able to get those. I'm going to click on bag, which is on the right at the top. And these are the frags that I can recycle. In other words, if I don't need them, then I can get rid of them. Right now I'm not getting rid of any of my 5-stars because of course not all of them are leveled up. But I am going to come down, and I know that all my 3-stars are at +5. So I can go ahead and recycle all of these frags. And you get these when you, pop your coins or on the Noah in the tavern. And so I'm going to recycle all these because I know all my 3-stars are +5, and I don't need any of these. So, and what those do is those give you Noah points. And I will show you the Noah points here in just a second as soon as I get all these guys recycled. Okay, and then I'll go back and look at the 4-stars because I know some of my 4-stars are not completely leveled up to +5. So if you look at, where at the top it says exchange Noah points for heroes, you can go there. And as you can see, I have 4,139 points. Those are from the frags that I've recycled. I usually save this area if I need maybe 1 or 2 frags. So that way I'm not using my 5-star cards for buying a frag that I can get here with my points that I already have. So it's free. So say, for instance, I wanted to get Barbie up. Not Barbie, we're done with the 3-stars. Let's say, I know Griffin. Griffin, I still need frags for him. And so if I took Griffin, I could buy his frags for 250 points. So if I can't get them somewhere else, I know that the Dom frags, I need some of those as well. So I could use those and they would go farther, but I usually, like I said, I save them for when I'm really close to something. Like Ephraim, if he needed, say, 50, I could buy for 1,000 points, I could buy 1 frag, and I would take that 4,000 and buy 4 frags, and I could level him up. So I only use it for for Fox too, but Fox, I couldn't get enough frags, so I would have to use some cards because she is able to be bought with cards, and the same for Ulrich and Requiem. And Ephraim, you cannot, I don't think you can switch cards. We can check that in a minute. All right, so that's the Noah shop, and that's how you use that. These are the heroes I haven't obtained yet. Those are like the super duper ones. And I prefer Mantis, so I use all of my frags, or anytime I win anything like in the Joy or anything like that, I save those frags and I use them for Mantis, because Mantis is my superhero that I use. But you know, some people like Agent X, some people like Atropos. This new Lee guy is here. I haven't heard a whole lot about him, but he looks like he has some. He protects your resources, your reinforcement when you were reinforcing somebody else. He has a march speed of up to 100, and see, now this is a good one here because his troop attack is passive. So in other words, if you just own him, you don't have to take him in your march to get that skill. Another passive one is Lavina, and she's one that you can get in Reservoir Wars. You get her frags. So you have Lavina, who her troop skills, her fighter attack, her fighter rider attack, and her shooter attacks are all passive. So you just have to own her to get those boosts. And she has some interesting skills, but again, I don't use her. I just leveled her up enough to go ahead and unlock her. I got her to 131, and I unlocked her troop skills. She's not one that I use in, but see, the point of leveling these up at least to where their troop skills are unlocked is and when it unlocks their troop skills, it unlocks their hero skills. So what happens is that, say for instance, you have to go into an ultimate challenge where you can only take in blue and yellow. Okay, I'm just making stuff up. But you take in blue and yellow. So if you don't have any blues leveled up, then you're not going to be able to get past that level in Ultimate Challenge. So that's why it's important to upgrade these other ones when you're not working on your main heroes. So, like for instance, right now, my main team right now for defense is I have Requiem. I have a blue and red team. So I have Requiem, I have Zephyr, Ephraim, Fox, and Phoenix. And so I'm trying to get Phoenix more leveled up so she's more powerful, and I'm trying to get her frags. So, and her frags are only obtainable for events. But as you can see here, she gives, even at a +3, she gives a 48% shooter HP, defense, and attack if you take her into battle. So those are your so she would also be good. I could pop her in if I wanted to take like a full run of shooters. She would give me, or a full march of shooters, she would give me a 48% boost right now. She potentially has the ability to give you, even just at, if you do her at a +5, is 80%, which is really nice. And then, of course, if you take her up to 310 and get her a red star, she's going to be 100% on her boost to all of your shooters. So that's like really, really nice. Let's see. So that pretty much explains a lot of the frag cards and the frags and how to use them. So we were looking at Ephraim a little while ago. You can get his frags in there. See, but in order to enhance him, I'm at 46, so I need 75 frags to enhance him to a +5. So if I did that, I would probably want to use cards, because I get cards in some layers. You can get them in the higher layers, and you can also probably, I think it's like 28 or 29 plus layers, might be 30 anyway. Yeah, so what happens is that you get that, those cards, you can get them one at a time. You can get them, you can buy them. They're sometimes in packets. I like to buy them like when it has like a 5-star hero choice card for like $4.99. You buy that and you get 10 hero cards of the gold hero cards at the end. So let's take a look at those hero cards. See, right now I have 46. So if I wanted to, as you can see, these people are all the ones that you can actually buy frags for. So you can get Myers, Mars, McCarty, Fox, and so that's a really good way too, is if you're first starting and if they offer you one of those 5-star hero card $4.99 deals, you could get that, and instead of having to buy Fox, because they offer Fox to buy all the time under, I think, Heroes, but she's $49.99 if you buy that box. And so this way you can take your Fox frag cards, you could do 10 of them, and you would get Fox, and you wouldn't have to pay $50 for her. Unfortunately, Iron Claw is not in here, so because Iron Claw is always for sale too, and but he's not available here. He is available like in the what's the name of that one? The one we're doing right now. What's it called? Doomfist Divination. So he is available with Doomfist Divination. He's like one of the highest available ones. So you can get 10 of his frags and get him that way, so you don't have to pay for him. Anyway, and take your chance doing that. Yeah, so let's look at that. So same thing for the 4-star cards. You could do the same thing. So say there was a 4-star hero that you really wanted, and you get those hero choice cards. Because at first you're going to get the 3-star cards. I don't have any of those because those are usually in lower layer boxes. And so that will get you your 3-star heroes, the ones that you really want. I mean, take a look in your hero bag and take a look at the ones that you haven't obtained, and look and see what their skills are. And Varvara is you can only get her frags in the ruins. So you really need a good team so that you can you can get her frags, and you need to start building up your base so that you can buy 10 of her frags every day. And then that way she gets up to a plus, and she has great troop skills. She increases your research speed by 15%. She gives you 100, when you get her to 5, she gets 100% anti-serum output. And then she adds 10,000 troops to your march. So those are all really, really good. And for the 4-star heroes, you have to get them up to 131. The same with the 5 stars. So they take the same amount of books. So it becomes like a choice on what you want, or what the game gives you when you save up your coins and use them. Always save your coins and use them during a frag event, where you are obtaining frags or getting heroes, because if you save them, then that will help you, and you can possibly get another hero or some frags by placing somewhere in the event, in the frag event. So that's always nice. As you can see, let's see how many coins I have in my bag. Let's see, it's probably under other. I have depot coins. Use those in a minute. But let's see where my coins are. There they are. So there was just a frag event this past week, so I used a bunch of them. But my basic recruit coins, my intermediate recruit coins, and my advanced recruit coins, I saved them all. And then that way you're getting new frags. At the beginning of the game, it's very difficult to save those frags. But as you move along in the game, it becomes easier. So every day I only do my free ones, and so that I can meet my dailies. But as you can see, I have those saved up, and when that event comes, every time I get a hero or a frag, I'm getting points. And so if you have, you know, sometimes I'll have hundreds saved up and use them for a frag event, and it's like, oh, well, I just got, you know, Obsidian, or I just got, at the time I just got Zephyr, you know. So save your coins, save your cards. I don't use my cards. That's why you didn't see me actually use the cards that I had here. Is I was just showing you how to use them, because I save all my cards too. So I have I have 66 Hero Choice cards. Again, we had an event last week. So every time you gain a fragment, so if I bought some fragments, or I used a Hero Choice card, or I bought a fragment in the Noah shop, anytime you gain a fragment, it has nothing to do with enhancing, it has nothing to do with all of it. It's when you gain the frag that you get the points for that event. So if you can save things, like I think I have, maybe it's for something else right now, but in my ruins I have, so I'm saving this one for when we have our cube event, because their aces going on this week. So when you gain cube material, that's when I will use those. But say for instance, these Eve frags, I have 50 coming up soon, and so when that happens, I could leave those there instead of buying them right away, and then I could buy them when the event was going on. So I'm getting into events and stuff, which is something else, and there's our Varvara flags that we were talking about. Again, if you have the points to do it, buy 10 every day, because then that way she gives you troop boost. You know, she has decent skills. She's a really good 4-star to have at first. So as soon as you can, buy her 10 of her frags and get her in your lineup. She's got good skills. Let's go take a look at those just real quick, and it'll be the last thing that I'm going to talk about, because I don't like to make my videos too long. Hero. So Varvara is the one that you get in the ruins as soon as your ruins open up. I want to say it's at level 15. I can't remember exactly when the ruins open up, but so we showed her troop skills. She also does a 500% troop attack, so that's going to give that boost when you go into lairs and things like that. So she has a fast rage, which is great, which means she powers up quickly. She deals 430% damage to the target. Enhanced active skill reduces all foes' rage regeneration rate by 24% for 6 rounds. So when she pops off and you pop off her special skill, she lowers the regeneration rate of your allies by 24%, so they can't gain their rage. Increases the attack by 15% and heal rate received by 8%. So if you have a healer, so it increases that, and it increases the attack, her attack as well. And then if you have the last one open, again, you have to get them to 131 to open up all these skills. She increases your crit rate by 20%, so your critical rate. So great 4-star to start out with. So as soon as you get into the ruins, get her as soon as you possibly can. I'm trying to look at some. I always up Dr. J because his troop skills are increasing my gas output, increasing my building speed, and then he increased my rally size by 100,000. So your rally gets bigger. So all of these guys offer you some type of boost. Devana has her troop hit points, so she's a nice little 4-star to have at first. You can get her frags in the hero arena, I do believe. Seo Yun, she's one, if they offer a box, I'd take it. She is a fighter booster. Again, if she was a +5, I did not have her boosted up because she wasn't one that I used. I had Ulrich as my green, and I love Ulrich. But she gives you a 40% fighter boost, up to 50 when she gets it a +5. If you have a lot of fighters, most people do. And who was another good one to have at the beginning? They always offer Scarlet and Myers. And Myers is great. Usually on defense. He's not a real good offensive hero. I only have him at a +4 because I never, I haven't really leveled that up. But he does give the troop HP, defense, and attack. So he boosts that when you go, again, against lairs and go into marches. So it's a nice little boost to have for that. But if you look at Ulrich, and I don't have him all the way leveled up yet either, but he also boosts fighters at a much bigger rate. So Ulrich's pretty much a beast. If you look at his stats, he's got like 2,300 hit points. I think the only higher one than that, maybe it might be Zephyr. Zephyr's another beast. Let's see, where is he? Yeah, see, he's at 3,320, and he's not even all the way leveled up yet. Anyway, so that's heroes. I hope I explained a little bit for you, and I'm glad you listened. So enjoy the game and have fun.